Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're navigating the digital landscape of Terrence Grundy.
There we go.
You sent us this really interesting collection of links, and I mean, it looks like he's built quite the online ecosystem
Definitely seems that way.
aimed at helping people, level up.
Yeah.
Life, business, how you think,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, a broad scope.
So our mission today is really to explore this whole network together and, well, pinpoint what might be the real gems for someone looking into this.
What jumps out at me right away is just the sheer breadth of it all. We're not just looking at like one website or a single social profile. It's this whole connected web.
A web, yeah.
You've got the podcast, e-commerce bits, resources for creators, various ways to actually connect with him.
It's just a pretty comprehensive approach, doesn't it? Reaching different people with different needs.
Exactly.
Okay, so where do we start? Maybe with what looks like a central anchor, the Good Advice Giver podcast.
Makes sense.
The name itself kind of hints at the purpose, promising inspiration meets action, focuses on elevating life, business, mindset.
And it's mentioned up front in the links you sent, right?
Yeah, it feels like this is probably where Terrence Grundy lays down his core message, builds that initial connection.
That's a key observation, I think. Having the podcast central suggests he probably sees himself as, well, a guide first.
Using audio to build trust.
Yeah, build trust and rapport before maybe pointing listeners towards the more specific tools or platforms in his network.
It's a pretty common strategy, isn't it, for creators?
Oh, absolutely. Cultivate an audience with valuable content first.
Right. Now, for listeners thinking about generating income from home, this one link really jumps out.
Which one's that?
Turbo 3 Money. It's also called the Turbo $3 Cash Machine.
Okay.
Makes a pretty bold promise, unlocking earning potential right from your living room.
That'll grab attention.
For sure. If you're exploring side hustles or ways to boost your income, that's definitely going to catch your eye.
It does indeed. And platforms like Turbo 3 Money, they typically focus on specific online income strategies.
Right.
The key, I think, for anyone interested would be to understand what those specific methods are.
Like, is it affiliate marketing? Selling digital stuff?
Exactly. Knowing the mechanics behind that promise helps you figure out if it actually aligns with, your skills and what you're interested in.
Good point. Okay, another intriguing area, PLR products.
Ah, yes. PLR.
We have a link for IDPLR, and it's touting Unlimited PLR products, ebooks, courses, that sort of thing. And the idea is you can supposedly build a business effortlessly with these resources, which sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, yeah, the effortlessly part probably needs a little unpacking.
You think?
PLR, private label rights, essentially means you're buying rights to use and modify pre-made digital products, like someone else wrote the ebook.
Okay, so the creation part is done.
Right. But success with PLR really hinges on how well you can rebrand it, customize it, and then market it.
Ah, so it's not just plug and play.
Not really. It's maybe a shortcut for content creation, but it's definitely not a magic bullet for a business. Still takes effort.
Gotcha. Okay, moving into the content creation world itself,
Yeah.
there's a link for Buzzsprout, podcast hosting.
Buzzsprout, yeah. Familiar name.
And the message is quite inviting. Podcasting is simple and fun. Plus, there's a $20 Buzzsprout mention.
Maybe a discount or a credit.
Could be. So if anyone listening has ever considered, sharing their voice, starting their own show,
Yeah.
this looks like a practical entry point.
And what's interesting there is the natural flow, isn't it?
How so?
Well, if you're listening to the Good Advice Giver podcast and getting value, you might get inspired to create your own podcast.
Ah, I see. So he provides the inspiration, then the tool.
Exactly. Offering a platform like Buzzsprout, maybe with that $20 incentive, it lowers the barrier to entry for potential podcasters right there in his audience.
It's a way to empower them to become creators, too.
Precisely. Building that ecosystem further.
Okay, what about shopping? For those who like unique finds or need digital products, there's the 365 Digi Store Live.
Right. Linked to an Etsy shop.
Yeah. Presented as a place to discover these kinds of items. But then separately, there's an offer for 40 free Etsy listings.
Oh, interesting.
That seems like a pretty significant head start if you've ever thought about selling your own stuff, digital or physical, on Etsy.
It really is. 40 listings can save you a bit up front, and having an Etsy store in the mix suggests, well, a direct e-commerce part of his network.
So he or maybe people in his community are actively selling things.
Seems likely. Digital goods, maybe handcrafted stuff, and that free listings offer. It's a smart hook to get new sellers onto Etsy, potentially, enriching his own community or network there.
Makes sense. Now, to kind of tie all these different bits together,
Hmm.
it looks like he uses a few central online hubs.
Like landing pages.
Sort of. There's a beacons page,
Mm.
which acts like one of those link in bio pages, right?
Yeah.
All his important links in one spot.
Okay, yeah. Like a digital directory.
Then there's Pensite, which is described as a platform for personalized advice.
So maybe coaching or consulting.
Possibly. And PayUp, highlighting exclusive deals. These seem like key connection points.
Exactly. Think of beacons as the central online business card. Makes it easy to navigate everything.
Right.
Pensite, with that personalized advice angle, definitely hints at maybe one-on-one stuff or more tailored resources.
Higher tier, maybe?
Could be. And PayUp suggests a direct sales channel for perhaps premium content or special offers not found elsewhere.
So each hub serves a slightly different purpose, catering to different levels of engagement.
That's how it looks. From finding links easily to getting advice to buying exclusive stuff.
And for video fans, there's the YouTube channel, Terrence Grundy TV.
Of course, gotta have YouTube.
Promises motivational content and success tips. Video's huge, so this is likely a big part of his outreach.
Absolutely. YouTube allows for, a more visual, often more in-depth way to deliver content.
And the focus fits, right? Motivation, success tips, aligns perfectly with the podcast and everything else we've seen.
Yeah, it's another channel for him to share his message, build that community visually.
And then there's social media. Essential these days. He's got a presence across TikTok. Actually, 2 handles there.
2 on TikTok. Okay.
Yeah, at TG Texts Me and at Terrence Grundy.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram at PE Success. And even Twitch at TG Texts Me again.
Twitch, too. Interesting.
It shows a clear strategy, right?
Yeah.
Engaging different audiences on the platforms they actually use.
The choice of platforms is definitely deliberate. TikTok for that short-form, snappy video.
Instagram for visuals.
And Twitch, yeah, that's often live streaming, more interactive content. It suggests a pretty multifaceted social strategy, trying to reach a broad, diverse audience.
Definitely seems that way. Beyond these main areas, we also saw mentions of TCP, the conversion pros.
TCP, often related to marketing tools.
And Rumble, another video platform.
Right. So additional tools or platforms, maybe for more specific needs within his audience, like marketing and sales tools with TCP, another video outlet with Rumble.
And importantly, to make finding the audio easy, there's that dedicated podcast links page.
Which just underscores again how important the Good Advice Giver podcast likely is. A central point of access.
It really paints a picture of a comprehensive online presence.
It does.
Finally, let's look at those hashtags that came with the links. The recurring themes become really, really clear.
Yeah, hashtags are like keywords, aren't they?
Totally. Lots of emphasis on hashtag online income, hashtag make money online, hashtag passive income, hashtag financial freedom. Big focus on earning online.
Definitely a core theme.
But also tags like hashtag entrepreneur life, hashtag digital products, hashtag podcast tips, hashtag Etsy seller.
So practical stuff for creators and sellers.
Yeah, and hashtag personal branding, hashtag expert advice, hashtag motivational content, hashtag success tips. It's a clear roadmap of what his content is about.
Exactly. Those hashtags are like concise summaries. They show the core topics and who he's trying to reach.
And it's a blend, isn't it? Practical money-making advice mixed with broader themes like entrepreneurship, personal growth.
Which highlights that multifaceted nature of what he's offering. It's not just one thing.
So wrapping up this initial exploration, it's pretty clear Terrence Grundy has built this wide-ranging online presence.
A whole network.
Yeah, a network that seems designed to guide you. Maybe starting with consuming motivational stuff on the podcast.
And then potentially moving towards building your own online income streams, maybe starting a podcast, connecting with a community.
Feels very interconnected.
Precisely. That interconnectedness is striking. You could easily start listening, get inspired, find resources to launch your own thing, maybe buy some digital products, connect on social.
It flows together.
It really seems like a well-integrated ecosystem.
Well, this deep dive should give everyone listening a pretty solid overview of what Terrence Grundy seems to be offering.
Hopefully a good starting point.
So here's a final thought for you, the listener. Looking at this whole landscape we just walked through, what single area jumps out most to you right now? Is it the potential to make money online? The idea of starting your own podcast? Maybe using those PLR products? Or just connecting with the motivational stuff on social media?
Which path seems most relevant?
Yeah, perhaps that's the first link you'll want to actually click and explore further.